Well, hello and welcome back. Thank you for coming back today. You've guessed it, we're in downtown Paphos and we're going to take you for a little walk around the Paphos Promenade. We're going to show you some spectacular views. Have a look at that. And I'm going to introduce you to the most beautiful woman in the world, and her name is Miss Ochin Gracivia Leboeuf.
Hello everybody, how nice to see you again and again.
And again. And can I say, Miss Ochin Gracivia Leboeuf, you look absolutely breathtakingly ravishing tonight.
Thank you very much, Mr. Paul.
Not rubbishing.
No, thank
No,
you.
of ravishing. There we go. So stick with us. We are going to go down the Paphos Promenade. We're going to show you some of the bars, some of the restaurants, and some of the things that are going on. But before we go, let's start it off with a truly, truly spectacular view across the downtown Paphos, Mediterranean, blue Mediterranean Sea. Have a look at that. So this is the raised deck area that sits right on top of the municipality changing rooms and toilet rooms, that kind of thing, if you understand what I mean. So up here is a, well, viewing deck and a sunbathing deck, and it really, really does take your breath away. That is the Annabelle Hotel, and then just over yonder is the Almira Hotel, and that is the coastal pathway that takes you out and beyond, all the way down past some great hotels indeed. And of course this pathway hooks up and connects you to the downtown Paphos Promenade, which is that there, which is the start. And there's the exercising machines that Ochin Gracivia Leboeuf does like to go and do a bit of monkeying around down. Now, let's go and see what Gracivia Leboeuf has got to say, and then we're going to start our walk, and we'd like you to come with us.
Unfortunately, I cannot go and use the machines, none of them, because of my dress. It's not going to be nice for me now.
Tonight, I do not think that your attire is quite suitable to be doing exercising. All you have to do tonight is just trot along like a little pony, and everyone will think that you look absolutely to die for. That's for sure. Wow. Takes my breath away. So, here we go. Let's follow the rear end of Gracivia Leboeuf as we exit this rather nice sunbathing raised terraced area. That's the rear end. And if you want a bit of a weather forecast, by the way, today, well, the weather has ramped up. Gracivia?
Today the weather is absolutely, for me and for Mr. Paul, because we discussed about it, it's absolutely Sherlock Holmes. But we're hoping for the better days to come in Cyprus.
Yep. Today the temperatures ramped back up and it went up to 40 degrees on the mercury. It was about 36 in the car, and I'm not saying it's not nice, but if you live here, to be honest, we're starting to get that little bit sick and tired of it. We'd like to have the rains. We understand that people spend thousands and thousands of euros, pounds, dollars, and they spend a long time to get here. And when they get here, that's what they want. But to be honest, the summer season is over. We're in autumn. We're not complaining, if you understand. Well, we are. We want this weather to use a good old-fashioned English word, bugger off, because it's just too hot. And it mucks around with your makeup. We met a lady today when we were climbing the snake. Her name was Gail, and she's from just in Cheshire, Knutsford, and we gave her a lift to go to the hotel where her daughter's staying, which is the Olympic Lagoon. And she told us that on Wednesday her daughter's getting married, and she invited us to come along and have a chat and perhaps catch them on camera. And she was saying she hopes to God that the weather is a bit cooler on Wednesday, because otherwise herself, her daughter, and all of the other beautiful ladies that are going to the wedding are going to die, and their makeup, well, we understand it's going to run that little bit.
Yeah, it could be all right if we ladies didn't want a little bit of makeup, a little bit of face powder, whatever we put, and the hair done. I wish in such a moment to be bald, but not the bankrupt.
Well, luckily for me, I am bald. Not quite bankrupt yet, but we are working towards that goal, or shall we say, Gracivia Leboeuf is working me towards that goal. So on that note, if you happen to like the channel, please consider hitting the like. It costs you nothing, and it tells YouTube that perhaps you like us that little bit. And if you really do like us, perhaps consider subscribing and let us know that you appreciate what we do. Perhaps tell us where you'd like us to go, and if we can, we will go. And then on another note, if you really like what we do, a bit like the Spice Girls, you could go through to our About page and consider buying us a coffee or two. And you can also click along in the icons where it says share, clip, download, that kind of thing, just under the video title, and you can now contribute to the channel and help us to grow the channel, help us to go to other things, help me to be saved from bankruptcy if you wish, by hitting the thanks button. So we'd appreciate anything you can do to help the channel grow. I'm going to share with you one of the greatest views in the world. Have a look at that. That's downtown Paphos Promenade, and that's the view you get out to the blue Mediterranean Sea. Now that sea is blue, that sky is blue. I'm dressed head to toe in blue. All that's actually missing is
you, of course, you.
So get yourself on a big bird or on a canoe. That's it, Mr. Ian, Miss Wendy, get on that canoe and start paddling like
crazy.
Because all that's actually missing, of course, is you. Now, let's get to the top of the Paphos Promenade and let's show you some of the restaurants, bars, businesses that are available and waiting to, shall we say, relieve you of that little bit of cash. So this is the very start of the promenade where the Pasodonis Avenue meets paradise, as we say. It starts off with the Paphos Cyprus, then you've got a fishing tackle shop, you've got a kiosk, you've got a great place for coffees and a great place for donuts, and the next door to that you've got a further ice cream and coffee shop. You've got opticians, you've got a jewellery shop, and then you've got the boys. We don't want to scare them anymore, Jeremy and Simon. That's the first shop that you're going to take me and Oching Receiver booth to. That's the first place where we're going to max out your credit cards.
Don't use them, don't mention them today, at least, so let them sleep quiet.
Okay. Day off today, Mr. Simon, Mr. Jeremy. Day off today. That's your mention, and that's it. To the left-hand side of us is the Bania. There it is, written in Greek, all lit up. And it is a lounge bar restaurant, and that's the one that sits actually right onto the Paphos Promenade. Just over here you've got Chloe's restaurant, probably the greatest Chinese restaurant in downtown Paphos. You've got a pharmacy. Next to that you've got the Ocean restaurant, a great restaurant indeed. In the daytime it transforms itself into the €1.69 a pint. So if you want a pint, that's where you would go, and for €1.69 you will get that perfect chilled pint. Come back in the evening, you can get some great spare ribs and a great giant pork chop. Very tasty indeed.
Large Coke also $1.69.
Probably. I think it comes with fries and a Big Mac as well.
Why are you laughing?
Well, some of the people get the joke and some of the people don't get the joke. We love the fun in the tongue of watching the Receiver booth, that's for sure. Where are we now? Well, have a look at that. That again is the view straight out across the blue Mediterranean Sea, and it's a truly breathtaking view. It takes your breath away every time you see it. If you stay here for a week, 2 weeks, or the rest of your life, you will never ever get tired of that view. Now just over there are some apartments above those shops which have that great view, and two great friends of ours, Miss Justine and Mr. Andy, well, they stayed in those apartments and they would pop out every day to get a $1.69 a pint. But of course what actually took their breath away was that. They were absolutely mesmerised. They did venture up into the old town, but they said, to be honest, just staying on this promenade was absolutely spectacular. And they gave us the great pleasure of finding us, and we had a good chat with them. And we had a sit in the €1.69 a pint pub, and we had a good chat with them. And then before they went away, we sat in the harbour restaurant at the very end. And I truly hope that we will be friends for the rest of our lives. Receiving?
Yes. This Justine is my sister, cold sister, and she is indeed a lovely woman. Not only Miss Justine and your lovely Mr. Andy.
Yes, and they're going to come to our wedding. You know, just in case some people have missed it, it has been announced that we are going to get married. That's me, Mr. Paul, and her, Miss Oching Receiver Labouf, Miss Marika. So the date is going to be set in September 2024. So there's plenty of time for you to get on board with us, plenty of time for you to follow the journey. And we're going to tie the knot probably on one of the Greek islands. That could be Rhodes, that could be Corfu, that could be Crete, or it could be another Greek island. I think we're going to have, should we say, like a raffle, like a poll, and ask our family where they would like it to happen. Dave Jono, don't be saying Rotherham, because we're not coming to Rotherham. Not that there's anything wrong with Rotherham, but we're not going to tie the knot in Rotherham just because you don't want to pay the taxi fare from Rotherham to Manchester because they've closed your local airport. Now, back to the coffee buying. Thanks for that coffee, Mr. Jono, and I'm looking forward to it next week. Ah, lovely. Lovely. What's your name, sir?
Lenny Mac.
Lenny. Oh, Mr. Lenny
You're
Mac.
right,
Hi.
yes.
And what's your name?
Patsie.
Patsie.
You're right.
Are you going to be around for a bit?
We are. We'll catch you up.
Get down to the harbour. We'll find you and we'll have a drink. Lovely. Thanks, Mr. Lenny Mac.
Thank you.
Thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you. Thank you, thank you. Absolute stars. We love to be accosted. He's an avid commenter and he's told us he was here. And guess what? He's here. Receiving?
I'm melting again
Yes.
and again. In such a moment, I would like to kiss them all and say to them, what a brave and lovely people you are.
Yeah, it truly takes our breath away that you touch out and reach us and want to reach us. And we understand that some people don't like us, but a lot of people do. And we do love it when we find someone that likes us on camera, because it just reinforces in us that perhaps maybe we're doing something right. We don't mean any harm to anybody. We're trying to give you Paphos with a lighter touch, and we're trying to, well, get you to fall in love with that like I've done. The most beautiful woman in the world was watching with the
Thank you so much, Mr. Paul. And I would like to mention, if ever you watched us and you know, just come and say hello. And it's, you know, it's so big happiness for both of us, and I believe it will be for you too. I would like to tell you many thanks for watching, and many times to thank you again for your time, support and attention. We are loving you to bits, and we will love you forever.
All that's left for me to say is thanks for watching, and of course, if you do like what you see, please hit the like, click subscribe, and come back for a little bit more of our madness. I'm going to leave you with the view, and obviously, as tradition goes, at the end you'll get a quick look at the most beautiful woman in the world again. We're watching the CV booth. There's the view. Have a look at that.